Good evening and welcome to your darling show. My name is Joshua Odeyemi, your sports commando. You are welcome to Daily Trust Sports Show. And with me to discuss sport this evening is Mr. Jide Olushola, your sport animator. You are welcome.
Good to be here again.
Okay, today we'll be talking about the preparation of the Super Eagles ahead of the commencement of 2019 African Cup of Nations in Egypt, which will be starting on Friday. We also talk about the Super Falcons who are currently playing in the World Cup in France and their situation presently as they lost 1-0 to France in their third game. Yeah, we'll talk about the transfer markets and how the players are moving and the players are to move, all the rumors. You are welcome to the show. We want you to join the conversation on our Facebook page where you can respond to the question we are asking if the players, the team, your first 11, your proposed first 11 for the Super Eagles in the Nations Cup. Let's start this way. The Nations Cup will be kicking up on Friday, and the Super Eagles were beaten 1-0 in their last warm-up match against Senegal. How prepared is the team presently?
Yeah, the news coming from the camp in Egypt, the Ismaila camp in Egypt, tells us that the boys are ready to conquer Africa again for the fourth time. But sadly, they've had sicknesses in the team. Like 5 of their players have been down with some unforeseen or unknown kind of bug, and it's reflected in their game plan against in their play against Senegal, where a defender like Onachu was not present, but was down, and they had to draft some other players who are naturally midfielders into the defense. But all in all, we expect to see a good fight, a good team, as Mikel has even said that they're going to make Nigeria proud in Egypt. So we should be looking forward to an exciting and interesting play, and we look forward to seeing the Super Eagles doing us proud in Egypt.
Okay, now looking at the team and their preparation so far, there has been this issue that has come up concerning the budget for the African Cup of Nations. There have been claims and counter-claims from the former Minister of Sport, Solomon Dalong, and the NFF. What is your take on this situation?
Frankly speaking, I was going to go through the 2019 budget when this issue came up last week, but I've not been to go through the budget to actually find out if NFF actually submitted budget for AFCON or not. But I believe NFF submitted. I don't expect to think that NFF, no matter how bad things could be, and they knew that we have a competition coming up very soon, that they do not budget for that competition.
Okay,
so
let me read this statement from the Director of Communications of the Nigerian Football Federation in response to the allegations from the former minister. The Nigerian Football Federation has dismissed as misleading statements from former Youth and Sports Minister Solomon Dalong at the weekend that the Federation omitted the budget for the 2019 African Cup of Nations from its 2019 program sent to the ministry. The Director of Communication is quoting a member, the chairman of the Media and Publicity Committee of the NFF, Dr. Suleiman Yaya Kwande, and he's saying that there is no truth to that claim that NFF omitted the AFCON from its budget. He said the truth is that major competitions are never part of the regular budget since in most cases qualification campaigns are still on course while budgets are being prepared for the following years. Thus, there are always sources. They have always been sourcing it from intervention funds. So, what is your take on this?
These intervention funds, actually, these funds were not meant for just sports. In fact, sport had nothing to do with intervention funds. These funds were meant for natural disasters, probably tsunami, so God forbid, there's flood in a place and they need to take care of people there. These are what the funds are meant for. But then our sport administrators still have to go back to the Senate and ask for funds from these intervention funds to prosecute some of the activities for the year. And now they have said that, now they're trying to give us excuses now that they did not capture the AFCON itself. but only the qualifiers. But let's look at it. I don't expect Dalon to still be talking about football, about sport right now. He should stay low. He has done his bit as the sports minister. So he should not bring up controversies all over again. Because I know he has a permanent beef with NFF.
With the NFF.
So I think he's trying to stir up. Something that should be dead and buried. He's an ex-minister, a former minister of sport. Yes, he's the longest serving minister. Yes, but his period has ended. We don't know whether I'll come back anyway. But as of now, his reign has ended. So he should not talk much. It should rather be more of like an elder statesman in sports now, giving advices, not generating controversies.
No, when you look at it, looking at the history of the Nigerian teams when they go for international competition with bonuses and allowances issues, are we not expecting that same scenario to play out in Egypt, based on the fact that no money has been budgeted for the AFCON?
The Super Eagles that me and you know now will not step into Egypt without being paid.
And what about the match bonuses, the allowances?
At least they'll pay them the 3 matches, the 3 group stage matches. They'll pay them the allowances.
They would have paid, or
they would have paid. We know.
But you are not sure.
We are not sure, but we know that these boys will not agree to step into Italy, step into Egypt without being paid their bonuses.
Okay, now let's look.
So we expect that they have found a way to settle them before they even start this campaign proper.
Okay, now let's look at the team and the probables, those who we think should start against in our first match.
Now, starting with the goalkeeper, we're looking at what's the guy's name again? Uzoo is not going to start because he did not start the first. He has not been played in a while for Nigeria. Against Senegal, he did not play. So we should take out Uzoo. Then for the defense, we have our regular people there. That's Leon Balogun. We have what's his guy's name again? Our number 3. Anyway, we are looking at our regular 10, our regular 9, starting from the strikers. Odion Gallo is going to, of course, is going to be our top striker. Mikel Obi is going to be there. We are going to look at Ahmed Musa as well as Ahmed Musa to support Odion Gallo. So these are we already know our first 11 even before the game starts. Even before the game starts. So we should expect to see the normal first 11 we have always seen regularly, except for Uzoo, who is likely not to start any match, because as I said, he's been in his feet all along.
Okay, now let's look at the team that actually started against the Teranga Lions in our last qualifier. We actually had Daniel Kwei as the goalkeeper. We have Samuel Kalu, we have Jamilu Collins, we have Kenneth Omerua, William Ekong, we have John Ogu, Wilfred Ndidi, and Mikel Obi in the midfield. And in attack, we have Alex Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, and Odion Gallo. In the substitute bench, we have Collins, we have Olaino, we have Ogenekaro Etabo, we have Henry Onyekuru, then we have Moses Simon, Victor Osimhen, and Chidozie Awazin. Now,
then Akpai should be our top. Will be our first, our goalkeeper for tournament. He's going to keep. They're going to bench Uzoo. As I said, he's been in his feet all along. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong to Uzoo, but then, based on our last 2 games, then Akpai is going to be the starting goalkeeper.
Okay, I'm trying to read the comments from our viewers, but the network is so now let's move to the Super Falcons. The Super Falcons against the French national team were defeated 1-0, and since then Nigerians have been making allegations and blaming the referee VAR for the defeat. What's your take on that?
Now, let's first thing first. That was a penalty. Ebere was clumsy in a challenge against that French player. That was a very, very clumsy challenge from an experienced defender. and you're not committing that defense out on the world stage. Now, the penalty was right. Now, the main issue there is now that the penalty being retaken. Now, the grouse is, if the penalty had been scored, the first penalty had been scored, would the referee have cancelled the goal and asked for a replay?
The referee actually have the right.
Yes, he has the right. Now, this same thing happened against South Africa. This penalty issue came up against South Africa, whereby the referee did not bother to even ask for a replay. It was a goal. Now, the second penalty was taken. Meanwhile, French players had already crossed the line before even the player kicked the ball, and which is against the rule as well too.
Okay.
The referee should have even seen, or not even referee, the VAR itself should have even seen where over like 4 players had already crossed the line before the penalty had been taken, which should have recalled back that play.
Okay.
And now the rule says that the keeper must have 1 foot, a foot outside. I mean, at least one foot must be outside, the other foot must be inside. Okay, that's the new rule, right?
Yes.
Even though by 1 inch. And now this girl, it's almost very impossible for a keeper to stay on the line. The aim of the keeper is to come out. This rule is a
rule. This is a new rule.
This is a new rule that is not. They just have to revise that rule, because it's not good to front to keepers. A keeper cannot stay in one place. He must move. We have seen keepers who move just to stabilize the opponent.
The rule is
the
this.
Player.
The rule says the keeper should not try to destabilize the player. You should not try to play psychological game against the player.
Naturally speaking, to even catch a penalty is even difficult. Then you're not asking the keeper to not stay in one place, not move, not to even gesticulate up and down, not to even move at all, to even get the ball. It is going to be very unfair on the keeper, on the keepers.
But now this is a rule that has been approved, that all the federations have accepted, and the rule is in play. Now, before the competition, there was a seminar for the players to inform them of the new rule. Even before the penalty was played, the referee actually still reminded the goalkeeper about the rule. And the replay showed that she was actually off the line.
She moved off the line just as the player was kicking the ball.
Yes.
Fine.
And the penalty is for the penalty kick should be retaken, and a yellow card for the goalkeeper.
But when the second penalty was taken, why didn't that same VAR that sees all see where 4 French players have crossed their own line before the penalty was taken, which is also against the rules? So he will ask clean and must come out with equity. I mean, with the clean hands. Now you have made rules, and yet four French players across the line, you did not sanction them. That's not nice. It felt like as if you just wanted to destroy the morale of the the Nigerian players. And I think well, we should give kudos to Mozambique for he had a game plan, and the girls followed that game plan to the letter, except for the clumsy challenge by Iberia. They could have ended the game at 0-0. France had over 16 shots on target. 16 shots, only 1 was on target. We had 1 off target.
We never had any on target.
But then the game plan was just there to defend.
Looking at that team, when you look at that team, you realize that our attack was not coordinated. Oshola was not in play all through the game. Each time she held the ball, she lost the ball.
I've always said this thing, that having playing Okpanrozi and Oshola together, it has not been beneficial. Now, we want to play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-2, fine, good. But at least there should be a supporting striker that will be behind this striker. Ajibade will have done a perfect job acting as a foil for either Okpanrozi or Oshola, whoever they want to use as a top 9. Okpanrozi was the top 9. Oshola was coming from the wings, and Odega was from the right, while Oshola was from the left. If they are removed, I would have preferred that they should have benched Okpanrozi, use Oshola as the top striker, and Ajibade will now act as a 10. We had no, just know that we don't have any 10. there's no 10 in our players. The formation that Deneby used is not surrounding any number 10. He was playing a 4-3-3 formation, which is good, but is the personnel behind such? Can he execute the matches as instructed? So if Deneby had played a 4-2-2, it would have been good for Ajibade to act as a foil, as a 10 to support Oshoala. And then we now saw the situation by Oshoala was not being fed with the ball regularly, and she had to even come back to the midfield to get the ball before she runs forward. Of course, they'll have surrounded and collected the ball. So it was
as a result of that 1-0 loss, we are now back to the permutation we are used to. Can you just read the chances of the Super Falcons now to qualify for the next round?
Our chances now is slim based on the fact that we now have 2 more slots after the almighty Brazil. The almighty Brazil, which unfortunately to have to fight for a 3rd place position. Now, tonight, Scotland will be playing against Argentina, and our chances now remains this, that Argentina must not defeat Scotland, or Scotland must not win this game. So in other words, the game has to end 0-0, or has to end 1-1, but no team, either Argentina or Scotland, must defeat one another. Now, Cameroon versus New Zealand is another one that's in Group E. In Group E, Cameroon should not win this game more than 2 goals or above, while New Zealand must not win the game with more than 2 goals. You see, if they score 3 goals, it is out for Nigeria. It's out for Nigeria, and Brazil just won. Brazil just took the last slot, so we have 2 more slots. Then the other slot is that Thailand, who has received close to 18 goals, must not concede more than 3 goals for us to qualify. And they're playing against Chile, so they must not concede. We are almost very sure of Chile beating Thailand, who have received over 18 goals. So Chile must not beat Thailand more than 3 goals for us to qualify. Cameroon must not beat New Zealand more than 2 goals, and New Zealand must not even beat Cameroon more than 2 goals. Or better still, the game should end in a draw. Okay. For us to get the last one of the last 2 slots remaining after Brazil took the last slot. So if Brazil could be struggling to win, Brazil could be struggling to get one of the slots, who is Nigeria not to struggle to.
Okay, if you say so, we still want you to continue turning in your comments during the conversation on our Facebook. We will soon read out your comments soon. Now let's move straight to the transfer market, where players are moving across Europe. First, we have Sheyi Ojo, the Liverpool player who has moved to Rangers now. He's a Nigerian.
When you say Rangers, mention the Rangers.
Yeah?
Say the Rangers. Not Enugu Rangers.
Not Enugu Rangers. I mean Rangers in Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah. The 21-year-old who joined Liverpool from MK Dons at the age of 14 has made just 13 senior appearances for the Premier League club since his debut in 2016, and now he has moved to Rangers to see how far he can progress in his on loan, of course, to see how he can progress in his career. What is your take on the move? Is it a good move for him, for the young lad?
It's because definitely he has no space in the current Liverpool setup, so he needs that playing time to gather as much experience as he can in Rangers. So he needs that playing time. So I think it's a good move for him to go to Rangers on loan. But as in Liverpool, where is he going to play? Who is he going to play? Who is he going to play? Who is he going to bench in Liverpool? So he has to just play in Celtic. He has to play in Celtic to be able to in Rangers for playing time and experience. And then Juventus and this Pogba case now is a very, very interesting case. Pogba to Madrid, Pogba to Juventus. He should go back to Juventus. We don't want him in Madrid.
Okay, now the Juventus are actually making move to sign Pogba, and in fact they are offering 125. They have prepared 125 million pounds to price the player that was sold 89 million pounds in 2016 to Manchester United. And again, the Manchester United board are making effort to tie him down to a new deal that we will see his wages from about 290,000 pounds to 500,000 pounds. What was the move? Do you think Pogba should still stay in Manchester United and continue playing?
I have one idea towards Pogba. I have one kind of faith towards Pogba. He's an overrated player. He is not fantastic. He is not extraordinary. He's just an ordinary player who just happens to be lucky to have good clubs. When Mourinho was there, Mourinho tried to defend this boy because of the price tag on him, and trying to make it to perform better. But of course, what did Pogba do? Pogba turned the team against him. The power play that Mourinho was trying to now is not making him play. It's natural game. Okay, fine. Mourinho has gone. They brought in babyface assassin. He came on board. He performed for the first few times. After some time, what happened to him? His time is behaving again.
But the fact is this: Pogba had his best season last season. His best season as a professional footballer last season, and you can't take that out. The problem he has been having with the team, my image, is that look, you signed a player, Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal, who you are paying almost over 400. Wait. You are paying money. You are paying. Yes, of course. If I'm doing a good job for you, you should pay me for my job. You are paying him over 400,000 pounds a week, and he's not even playing. He's not even on the bench most times. And he wants to be the centerpiece. He wants to be the leader of the team. He wants to be the most paid player, because Pogba will give you an assist, and Pogba will score goals for you from midfield. So
how many goals does he score from midfield? See, Pogba is a very lazy player to me. He's an overrated player. He's an average player who just happens to be in a good, who just happens to have good players around him. Pogba he cannot lead a team. He cannot.
But we have seen cases last season where Pogba has been the leader, the person who will do that moment of magic for Man U, has created goals and scored great goals.
Maybe because he scored against Man City.
He has created plenty of goals, and he's a box-to-box midfielder. He doesn't get tired.
I'm not saying Pogba is not good. He is good, but he's an overrated player. Simple. He is not in the mode of someone like even. I can't compare him to Lampard in his days. Lampard can drive a team. Gerrard can drive his team to glory. Anytime, any moment, they can call on Lampard or Gerrard to give goals to lead their team to grow. But you can't call on Pogba to give you goals when it is needed.
Okay, now are you saying Pogba should stay put?
I don't know, but he should not come to Madrid.
Okay, now
because we don't need him. They don't need him in Madrid.
We have the story of Gareth Bale as well. Gareth Bale has always been in the news each time the transfer market comes. Is either Man U, Manchester United are pursuing him, or Bayern Munich. And now the agents, Jonathan Barnett is saying the proposed link or the rumored link between the player and Bayern Munich is not true. There is still a Real Madrid player, and
the problem is Pogba is the same thing. Alexis Sanchez having with Man U because of their salary.
No, I'm not talking about Pogba. I'm talking about Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale is his salary. Madrid wants to sell Bale, but how many clubs can afford to buy Gareth Bale now and pay him his salary? He will not want to come below the amount he's collecting right now. So many clubs except China. Now, and of course, you don't want to go to China.
Okay.
So he wants to remain in Europe, but how many clubs can afford
the problem is that he still have contract. A contract running in Real Madrid, but he's having a problem with the board, even with Zinedine, who doesn't see him as
he has no problem with the board.
He actually because the fans are not with him.
He's not bored now. He's not a problem with the board. The president still likes Bill, but fans are not happy with him because he does not give an extra effort on the pitch. Zidane wants a player that can give him, that can go extra mile. But no, Bill gets injured. When he gets injured, he's always disillusioned. he does not relate with his team. His team is complete that he doesn't even go out with them. He doesn't even socialize with them. He doesn't even speak Spanish.
Even after spending years
in, so he's always isolated in the team. He doesn't feel like he's loved
part of the team.
And that creates bad energy. That's bad vibes. So if at this stage you have spent almost close to 6 years in a team, you cannot speak Spanish. You don't go to your teammates' house for all to go and play. After game, is go to golf course. I go and play golf. No interaction, nothing. It's like it's mentally it's off.
But the issue is this: each time the transfer market opens, there's always all around Gareth Bale.
But who can afford Gareth Bale now?
Just like you have Mesut Ozil in Arsenal, who Arsenal is trying to flog, and there's nobody available to buy him because of the £350, £1,000.
And these players will not go below what they earn already.
Except they go to China.
I say you pay them the exact money. Yeah, you pay them, or you pay them above.
And nobody is willing to do that. Now we have the news that Neymar is contemplating going back to Barcelona, and the Real Madrid are on standby, watching the situation in PSG. And Luis Suarez has admitted that he will welcome Neymar back if Neymar should come back. Neymar currently plays for PSG and is reportedly fed up.
Neymar is not a loyal player. I have one issue, but it's good for him to come back. Of course, let him go back to La Liga. Let him, but then he's not going to be centerpiece of. He's not going to be the main man. He left.
The main man in Barca.
Yes, he left Barca.
Now, if he returns to Barca, let's say for example, returns to Barca.
Messi will still be
Messi is approaching his final days, final years.
It's about 30 years.
It's more than 30.
But Messi, no matter how old he is now, as far as he's still playing in Barcelona, he's still going to be the centerpiece of. He's still going to be main man. And Neymar left Barcelona to PSG so that he'll be the main man.
Now Kylian Mbappe has taken over as the main man in PSG.
And now they're saying that for Neymar to come back to Barcelona, they have to sell Dembele, who is younger. And the Barcelona fans are not happy that they won't sell.
Dembele has not been playing regularly himself. Is either he's injured or he's off.
But the fans still prefer to have Dembele around
than Neymar. No.
At least I went through the comments on the Instagram on the Twitter page, Andrew, where fans said no, yes, they can bring back Neymar, but don't sell Dembele.
If you don't sell Dembele will not play.
But they still want they want
Dembele only in the team.
But now Neymar is not loyal. Now after tomorrow, someone can come and trigger his clause. He will leave.
Now Barcelona is weighing up 90 million Neymar transfer bid, and plus they are trying to offer PSG about 3 or 4 players.
Rakitic, Dembele
for their amount.
Umtiti and 3 of them.
Will it be a good business to offer Dembele, Rakitic, Umtiti plus 90 million pounds for Neymar?
It's going to be a good business. Because Rakitic, at least, it should be worth more than 30 million pounds. Rakitic, Umtiti should be worth more than 30, 40 as well. So you combine this price together, it's almost close to 200 that they bought PSG.
Plus 90 million.
Plus 90. So it should be close to what they bought.
Okay, now finally on the transfer scene, we have Mauricio Sarri, the former Chelsea club coach who has moved to Juventus, trying to bring in some players from Chelsea like Jorginho and Emerson. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea for you to. We actually brought in Jorginho just from Napoli last season, and now he has moved to Juventus, and he still want the player with him.
Maybe you still recall
Higuain as well.
Higuain back to, because Higuain is still a Juventus player, but he's on loan.
Yeah.
So you recall Higuain. I think he has, every coach wants to play with some players that they've been with over the years, that they've known. They know
how to play. They know how to manage them.
Most of the coaches, they do that. Maybe you just pick 1 or 2 players from their previous clubs to come and join there. So it's not surprising that he wants to bring in, wants to bring back Emerson and Jorginho back to Juventus. So back to Italy anyway. So I think it's a good move. It's going to be something that he will enjoy doing because it is what he wants to do. And let's see how that one turns out for him.
Okay. Okay. Let's quickly look at the comments from our viewers. One Alex Toby is saying the coach should start with Osimhen instead of Ojoani Gallo.
Why Osimhen?
Okay, I don't know. Osimhen look younger and hungry to do more, and he had a very good season.
But sometimes experience will still count at that kind of stage. Osimhen can come in towards the end of the match, maybe like 70 minutes, 80 minutes, thereabouts, to get experience, but not to start. You will be overwhelmed. Okay.
Abdul Dani is saying Francis Osu, that what is wrong with him? Why is not starting? We want him to start.
Even in his club, he's not even starting any longer.
Okay. Yeah. Then we have Aliu Bim Usman Mohammed. He's saying, okay, I'm with you. That's what he's saying. Then Abubakar Sadiq, he said, actually, we need better people than can represent the country with all their arts. He's trying to say that the current team we have, are not the players are not too dedicated. Are not dedicated enough to represent Nigeria. What's your take on that?
As it is right now, they're the best we can get.
You sure they're the best we can get?
If not, that's why they took them now. As it is right now, they're the best. Because if there are other people that they could get, they could have gotten them. So let's just give to them that these are the best we can have right now. But there could still be better people that we don't know of.
Okay.
Who have not been able to be exposed to football or to these agents. But at City right now, these are the best players we have.
Okay, Mekudi Bello is saying Obi Mikel and Ndidi should anchor, while Iwobi should be the creative midfielder. I know since Mikel has been playing as a creative midfielder for the Super Eagles, and I think it's better for him to play from deep. Then the coach should move Iwobi from the flank to number 10 position to be the creative nerve in the team. Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, I think we are seeing Mikel in the likes of Pello now. We are seeing Mikel. We should see Mikel in the likes of Pello. We should see Mikel in the likes of Samuel Alonso. They played from deep, and they orchestrate the game plan, the gameplay. From the deep, he can still control he does not need to play 10 to control the game. From that deep, that is okay. See Pello when he plays, Pello can control. He doesn't play 10.
Just for you to give those long passes.
Longer passes, locate the
what
players.
What about the true passes, the true balls?
Pello does the same thing too.
No, from the deep, you cannot give true balls.
Yeah.
You can only give long passes.
You can still give true balls sometimes. Okay, see Xavi.
He moves to the final third.
He can still, once in a while, he can still final third and come back.
Mike doesn't have that strength now. He's old.
How old is he now?
Officially, it's like something.
So if Xabi Alonso at his age, he could still be throwing longer passes from the midfield, Mikel can do this. Can just move this game around those legends. Okay,
Ajibola Olu is saying, I want a very young front with Chukwueze, Samuel Chukwueze, Iwobi, and Osimhen leading the attack.
Osimhen should, anyway, his opinion anyway, but Osimhen is not. I cannot back on to start the game yet. He will be overwhelmed. Chukwueze can, of course, and Ahmed Musa can still collaborate together to help Odion Gallo. Odion Gallo is still our top 9 right now. Okay. Osimhen can learn from him. Or act as a backup for.
And finally, Abigail Igbunu is saying, first lady to send a comment. He's saying these players, we just want them to win and win the Nations Cup for us. And no matter who the coach chooses, just let them win.
That's it.
That is one. Then finally, we have a new one, Mohamed Musa Ajia. He said, I hope next level will be better than the previous level. Thanks.
What's the next level? What's the previous level?
The next level is to win the AFCON.
It will be good news if you can win the AFCON and then so that I can play in the Conference Cup and roll a game with the big boys in the world.
Okay, now thank you so much for staying with us. We have to round up now. What do you have for our viewers?
Let's hope. My prayer now is let Nigeria, the Super Falcons, take one of the last 2 slots.
From the best losers.
Yes, we will not have faith.
And we may go ahead to play Germany in our next game?
It doesn't matter who we meet. See Portugal in Euro 2006. Sorry, I'm taking a little more time. See Portugal in 2006. They played woefully, but then towards the end, as the game progressed, they began to draw till they won the tournament. So we can start falling now. It's not how bad, it's not how well you start, but how well you finish.
But do you think this team, as it's composed now, can go all that way?
We will shock the world. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. I'm not though they might not win the World Cup, but they will still just proud to go beyond.
For the Super Eagles, let's round off. The Super Eagles, of course, we have a very easy group.
They must qualify for that group. That was certain. At least we should give them semi-finals.
Okay. So, that is it from us today. Thank you for staying with us. Please join us next week at the same time for this program. Bye.